Do you want to know how transportation might look like in coming decades? Will there be any combustion engine, or will it be only found in the museums? Today, we will learn how the race to autonomous driving started and how the superpowers of Silicon Valley and Detroit are bringing this future closer to us. We all know how it feels to be stuck in traffic, car crashes happening almost every minute, and increasing pollution caused due to fossil fuel is impacting the climate and health. The dependence on the automobile has created a madness out there. But what if I tell you that there is a cleaner future with self-driving vehicle on the horizon, where you don't need to spend hours finding parking in a busy shopping area, and no more accidents due to human error? Let's look at how inefficient fossil fuel-powered vehicles are. The invention of combustion engine has no doubt transformed the world. But over 100 years later, the world is choking with exhaust smoke and noise pollution. Less than 30% of energy produced from the fuel that goes into your car is used to drive, and rest is wasted on powering other accessories. Cars are heavier than a person, obviously, which means that only 5% of energy is converted into motion that is used to move the driver. Even the space inside your car is used inefficiently due to the massive engine in the front and the fuel tank in the rear. If you commute to work using your car, how many times do you see 4 or 5 people inside one car? That is very rare. This is because the average occupancy is just 1.1 people on a daily commute to work. That is so uneconomical use of space. If you are living in the Western world, you would know what is the biggest area dedicated to your house. You guessed it correct. That is the garage and the driveway. We only use a vehicle for 5 to 10% of time, and for the rest, we have to find a place to store it. Whether it's a house, shopping center, workplace, or a stadium, we have built huge parking lots on these lands which could instead be left to nature. Energy, space, land, everything adds up, and over the years it has contributed to increasing temperature and climate change. When United States invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, many soldiers lost their lives due to explosive devices planted under the road. To avoid this situation, the US general started considering a way to transport supplies through automated vehicles. So in 2004, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, also known as DARPA, decided to stage an automated vehicle race with the prize money of $1 million. The racetrack was 150 miles long in Mojave Desert, which is like 240 kilometers. And the prize money will go to the first robot to finish the race in under 10 hours. But the race ended in a bitter disappointment because the team whose vehicle traveled the furthest was just 7.3 miles. But instead of ending things there, the head of DARPA took the stage and announced the second race in a year's time. But the prize money will be now $2 million. During DARPA robot race, groundbreaking innovations were made. A German computer scientist named Sebastian Klein used laser rangefinder and machine learning algorithm which will map and log its surrounding to avoid any obstacles by stopping safely. Another team hit upon a vital innovation called shake and shimmy method. Their robot will carefully crawl towards the obstacle or ground which it could not understand, and if found safe, it will return to its normal operation. All of these and other innovations would not be possible without the pressure of race, and many of these people, like Chris and Sebastian, will go and work on Google's self-driving car project. The United States won't be same geographically, technologically, and culturally without Henry Ford's innovations in automobile. Detroit is the birthplace of automobile and was the center of mass production. The car industry was booming for a long time. But on the other side of the country, the place that could not have been more different from Detroit, the tech-obsessed computing heaven of Silicon Valley. People here had a different mindset. They were open to new ways of solving the problem of fossil fuel guzzling vehicle. By 2005, General Motors had invested in research and development for an alternative solution, a hydrogen-powered vehicle. The president of research and development, Larry Burns, who was working at GM on this prototype, discovered something extraordinary. One of the lead technicians working on GM E-Flex electric vehicle asked Larry to follow him to GM's Vehicle Assessment Center, a massive warehouse where engineers break down vehicles to their parts to learn more about the auto industry. There were 3 bays, and in each bay there was one car. First was Chevy Malibu. Completely disassembled, it had many different parts, from a combustion engine, bumper, radiator, nuts and bolts. Second bay, there was a modern car, a Toyota Prius, disassembled with same or more parts. And then there was E-Flex. It was a minimalistic machine compared to the combustion engine vehicle. Larry knew straight away that this will have completely different effect on the whole industry. In the traditional car, there are thousands of parts which are manufactured by Denso, Delphi, Vestion, and they sell their parts to VW, Toyota, Honda. These are the companies who make spark plugs, fan belts, and pistons. Either these suppliers have to adapt or go out of business. Larry could see the end of age for mechanics. If the car depends more on electronics and less on individual parts, then the future of transportation belongs to software. The age of automation will be disruptive. Just like what Uber did to taxi industry, Netflix to Blockbuster, Airbnb to hotels, and what smartphones did to traditional keyboard phones. It's not possible to live without owning a car if you're living in a suburbs or countryside, and for some people, owning a car acts as a status of symbol. But in future, rather than owning a car, you will request an autonomous vehicle using an app, just like Uber, and you will pay based on the distance you travel. Cost of long-haul truck and delivery vehicle will be reduced by 50%. But for people who are making a living as a driver, these changes will be worrying. We don't know the consequences or how it's going to change people's mindset. We can only imagine. It's the year 2031. A family of 4, Mary and Thomas and their 2 kids who live in Chicago suburb of Evanston. They're having breakfast before their daily commute to school and work. A smartphone ring alerts them that their ride has arrived from a car-sharing company called Uber. During their commute, the family spends some quality time together on the hour-long journey. They play games and look at the photos of their recent holiday. The ride is smooth with no jerky stop-start motion. This allows children to catch up on their homework with their parents. Look out of the window and you will see all the cars on the road are perfectly harmonized with complex algorithms, and accidents are a thing of the past. All the space that was once used for parking is now converted into parks, plazas, cafes, and sidewalks. At the school, the vehicle pauses at the staging area and children get out safely. And on another sidewalk, their parents get down. The vehicle takes off on its own to find the next fare. If you are interested in reading about Autonomy by Lawrence Burns, please use the link below in description to purchase this book from Amazon. Please give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to subscribe to see more informative video like this. Thank you.